AITA for telling my sister she was being weird about her best friend coming out. I am a college student and my sister in high school. She is 16 and I am 19. We are close and she often does ask me for advice. She asked me for some advice 2 days ago. She looked very sullen, sad, and pretty withdrawn, so I was ready for something important and serious, and she told me that her best friend had come out as bisexual to her and her family. I asked her if her friend was alright and she told me that she was doing well and her family had accepted her, but she was feeling fucked up about it and had kinda avoided her friend for a week. Honestly, I kinda lost my patience with her and told her that her friend coming out was not something she should be depressed about and she was being very weird about it and should just talk to her. I have friends who have been ghosted by their friends after coming out and it seems to be something that still hurts them. I told her that she get over herself and talk to her and not to be one of those people who thought coming out meant she had a crush on her or something like that. She did seem take it well for some time, but she has been avoiding me ever since and blocked me on all social media, which is pretty odd from her TBF. She has never done this before, so I am wondering I did something stupid here. I feel like I dismissed her feelings because I thought it would be about something far more serious, but her feelings are serious and I should have been less judgmental and snappy about it. Comment: why did you lose your patience with her rather than having a conversation with her / attempting to understand her? Why do you expect her to want to engage with you after you immediately lashed out at her over something she was trying to work her feelings out over? It doesn't sound like she'd done anything harmful. She was just processing her thoughts. YTA, you projected your life experience onto what your sister was trying to tell you. You know how this could have gone? You could have asked, why? That's it? Then let your sister safely vent whatever is making her feel this way. Would her reasons have been valid? We'll never know. It could be anything from your sister being a raging homophobe to feeling sad that her friend didn't tell her sooner to your sister questioning her own in light of this news. But now she's not talking to her friend or you. This is most likely fixable, but you have to fix it. Tell her you need to talk. Explain, with examples, what you've seen people go through and how her comment triggered that in you. Then say, I'm sorry I got angry without listening. Please tell me what's going on. We need each other and your friend needs you. Hurry up and go talk to her. The only person I ever felt weird about their coming out was a friend who had always acted a little weird around me. Lots of little things like touching too much and staring too long. I'd brushed it off as her just being a little awkward and me reading too much into things. And, no. It was very much her being creepy, knowing I wasn't interested, and trying to find ways to push me into things she knew I wasn't okay with. So yeah. She came out. Was aware that I was bi, and was furious that I still wasn't interested in her after she came out. I felt really weird about losing a friend that way. Being judgmental and shutting your sister down didn't help her learn anything and may have hurt her when she needed support. As a queer person myself, I think you were coming from a good place where you were trying to be an ally and defend the queer community, because there are people that make someone else's coming out about themselves. But with the close relationship here, and your sister coming to you for advice in the past, I think you should have been more patient in your response to her. It seems like you jumped to the conclusion about what she was feeling fucked up about it, when she would have benefited from you helping her to examine her feelings more closely. She's not an adult and she shouldn't be held to the same standards. There's so much to figure out about yourself and the world as a teenager. She could have been feeling strange about her friends coming out for any number of reasons, and even if the reason was that stereotypical / homophobic one, it's more helpful at this age to talk calmly about biases like this, to do some reflection about why she might feel that way and how she can go about challenging such biases, rather than getting called out as harshly as she did. Next story 2. AITA for telling my fiancée that her gift was as bad as the ones her dad gives her mom. I, 32-year-old female, and my fiancée, 31-year-old female, come very different backgrounds. She was raised with a great amount of wealth, privilege and afforded every opportunity in life. She has been loved and doted on for every accomplishment and birthday. I, on the other hand, have not. I am one of a flock of children. Last I checked I'm one of 20, however, I was kicked out as a teen because I came out as a lesbian and wanting to go to college. Birthdays of mine were never really celebrated or acknowledged. And this is why I am terrible at receiving gifts. Fast forward to now, I have several degrees, I am very well off with a thriving career, I bought this beautiful estate in a major city for my fiancée and I am just now starting to love being spoiled with gifts and attention after many years of therapy. We have been in couples therapy for the past year leading up to our wedding to make sure we have a strong base for marriage and our communication is healthy. Last night, my fiancé gave me my birthday gift and it was a porcelain travel mug with a very big box of fancy tea. It honestly felt like something you'd give to an aunt you don't know very well, but you know they like tea so you ride with that. This is also the exact same gift I have been given to me before. She also is having her parents in town for my entire birthday week, who dislike me for making their daughter a lesbian and are just now getting past that after us being together for 5 years. They are going to be here this evening for my actual birthday and requested we go out for dinner, but with the stipulation it not be a vegan place because they want options too, even though we are vegan, and that means I am not going to get exactly the kind of food I would hope for. My friend had given me the gift of brunch and a thrift shopping spree and I had been excited and given her a hug. My fiancé piped in to ask why I wasn't this enthusiastic when she gave me her gift and I said, honestly, it didn't feel like a very thoughtful gift, it felt like the kind your dad would get your mother. For context, every year her dad gets her mom a piece of jewelry and takes her out to dinner for her birthday and does the same for their anniversary. It really bothers my fiancée because she knows her mother doesn't like it or feels special and wishes her mom would just tell her dad that. But her mom knows it would only hurt his ego and doesn't think it is worth mentioning. I figure since this is something we've talked about, it would be a very fast way to clue her in on the gift and the feeling I am having. I sincerely am not concerned about the amount of money she spends, only the effort. My fiancée unleashes a wave of angry tears. She couldn't believe I compared her to her father as he hasn't always been the best, so I did apologize for saying that. The whole night turned into me consoling her and affirming I love her. Comment. Going against the grain to say NTA. It's not about the gift. It's about her making the least possible effort for your birthday. I'm assuming she knows that this is a sore spot for you. Inviting her parents when they've clearly been less than warm to you in the past is plain rude. The gift sounds really impersonal and not something you give your fiancé. I suppose even a handwritten letter or a small, thoughtful present would have been much better. Anything to show that she knows you and is thinking about you and wants to make you feel special. I completely understand why you feel this way, and this is coming from someone who does not care about birthdays at all. I think you calling her out rightfully really struck a nerve. As it should. I don't think up is tough for her feelings, but I think in front of their friend was the absolute wrong time. Honesty may be the best policy, but it's counterproductive if the timing is wrong. This needed to be a private and calm conversation, and it is only one of several that needed to happen before this event. The in-laws being over for a week and taking over Up's birthday needed to be a discussion. Feels like Up took the resentment of the entire birthday and put it into one sentence with a low blow. The comparison to her Phil seems to be a taboo thing in her relationship. NTA for the feelings. Ta for the execution, though. Another Reddit problem caused by ineffective communication, and hopefully one they can work together to fix. The fact that they are proactive with the couples counseling gives me hope they can work through both of their issues here. Agreed. I was thinking too, they did all this therapy before marriage and their communication is still an issue. I def can see where Up is coming from. You want to feel good and feel the effort. Maybe in the future she can say what she wants to do for her birthday. I thought that was what everyone does. I haven't had surprise birthdays since I was a kid, but I also have very specific things I like to do and don't want to miscommunicate. I will say the partner should not be bringing the in-laws if they don't get along. She wasn't reading the room at all. I don't know if this makes you talk, but I think you could have said it a little differently. I hope in couples therapy y'all will be able to talk this through. Whether or not you meant it to be a dig, it does seem like you would know this would hurt your partner given how upset it makes her. I think using some skills from therapy could have been beneficial to express your thoughts around the gift, and maybe she'd come to the conclusion herself that it was similar to her mom and dad's situation. So your fiancé got you a gift that 1, is nice, 2, is practical, 3, is related to your interests or daily habits. But that's not good enough. Not every gift is going to be phenomenal, or super personal. And not every gift is going to be experiential, like what your friend did. You need to be able to be gracious even when things aren't fantastic. Also, overall this reads like you're taking your anger about the in-laws visit out on your partner via this criticism. Their visit is totally unrelated to the gift and shouldn't have been relevant to your response.